Apple just did something that could change everything for its stock, and most investors are completely missing the bigger picture. Forget the headlines you've seen. The recent earnings report wasn't just about numbers. It was a seismic shift hinting at a future nobody predicted. Are you holding AAPL shares? Or perhaps you're thinking of buying in? What if I told you that the very foundation of Apple's legendary growth is undergoing a radical transformation, one that could either skyrocket its value or expose it to unprecedented risks? This isn't just about quarterly profits, it's about the very DNA of the world's most valuable company. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about billions, even trillions, of dollars on the line, and your portfolio could be directly impacted. What if the next iPhone isn't the growth engine everyone expects? What if a hidden segment is quietly becoming the true powerhouse? In this video, we're diving deep into Apple's latest financial revelations, dissecting the earnings call, and uncovering the critical, often overlooked details that will dictate whether AAPL continues its historic ascent or faces a challenging new reality. You'll learn the real story behind the numbers, understand the forces shaping its future, and discover what this means for your investment decisions. This isn't just financial news, it's a strategic roadmap to understanding one of the most influential companies on the planet. Get ready, because what we're about to reveal might just redefine your entire perspective on Apple stock. Here's the thing. The narrative around Apple is often oversimplified, but the truth is far more complex and, frankly, far more exciting. What most people don't realize is that the traditional metrics are no longer telling the full story. We're going to break down the critical shifts happening right now, giving you an edge in understanding where Apple is truly headed. This isn't just about past performance, it's about anticipating the future.
People often ask how this channel puts out content like this so consistently. And honestly, I'm not doing the heavy lifting manually. I'm using Helios. It's the AI engine we built to handle the impossible parts of creation. It is literally the power behind what you just watched. If you want that kind of speed and quality at your fingertips, don't just watch AI build the future, start building it yourself. Helios is finally open to the public. Check the link in the description and go bring the heat.
Now, let's set the stage. For years, Apple's trajectory seemed almost unstoppable. Quarter after quarter, the iPhone reigned supreme, driving massive revenue and profit. Services, once a nascent segment, exploded into a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse, providing a stable, recurring revenue stream that analysts adored. The company's balance sheet is legendary, boasting a colossal cash pile and a robust share buyback program that consistently boosted shareholder value. But here's where it gets interesting. Recent earnings reports, while often beating analyst expectations on the surface, have started to reveal subtle cracks in this seemingly impenetrable fortress. We've seen whispers of slowing iPhone demand in key markets, particularly China, a region that has historically been a massive growth driver for Cupertino. What most people don't realize is that while overall revenue figures might look strong, the underlying growth engines are shifting, and not always in predictable ways. The narrative of endless iPhone upgrades is facing headwinds from longer device life cycles and increased competition. And this is the part that blew my mind. The growth rate of services, while still impressive, has shown signs of deceleration compared to its peak. Is this a temporary blip, or a harbinger of a more mature, slower growth phase for Apple? The core conflict here is whether Apple can continue to innovate and expand its ecosystem enough to offset these emerging pressures. Can new product categories pick up the slack? Or is the company becoming too reliant on its existing, albeit incredibly successful, product lines? You might be thinking, Apple always finds a way. And historically, you'd be right. But the global economic landscape, coupled with intensifying geopolitical tensions, presents a unique set of challenges that even a company of Apple's stature cannot ignore. The question isn't just, did they beat earnings? But, how did they beat earnings? And what does that tell us about tomorrow? This isn't just about past performance, it's about anticipating the future. So, what are the key drivers and potential pitfalls shaping Apple's immediate future? Let's talk about the iPhone first. While still the cash cow, its growth is increasingly reliant on premium models and emerging markets. The average selling price, ASP, has been a savior, but how long can that continue? Here's what nobody's talking about. the real battleground isn't just about selling more phones, but about retaining users within the Apple ecosystem, making them indispensable. This leads us to services: Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV+, the App Store. This segment is crucial because it offers high-margin, recurring revenue, making Apple less susceptible to the cyclical nature of hardware sales. But wait, the competition in streaming and app services is fiercer than ever. Can Apple maintain its pricing power and subscriber growth in a crowded market? And that's not even the craziest part: the emergence of new product categories like the Vision Pro. While still in its infancy, this mixed reality headset represents Apple's boldest bet on a new computing platform in years. Is it the next iPhone, or a niche product that will take years to gain traction? The market is divided, and its success or failure could significantly impact Apple's long-term growth narrative. What most people don't realize is the immense pressure Apple faces in the Chinese market. Regulatory scrutiny, increased competition from local brands like Huawei, and geopolitical tensions are creating a challenging environment. A significant slowdown in China could have a devastating impact on Apple's top and bottom lines. This isn't just about sales figures, it's about market share and brand perception in a critical global economy. The company's ability to navigate these complex waters will be a defining factor in its stock performance. We're seeing a delicate balance between established revenue streams and ambitious new ventures, all under the watchful eye of a volatile global market. The question is, which force will ultimately prevail? Now, let's look at the crystal ball. What are analysts saying, and what are the different scenarios playing out for AAPL stock? Wall Street is a mixed bag. While many maintain buy ratings, citing Apple's strong brand loyalty, robust ecosystem, and massive cash flow, there's a growing divergence in price targets. Some see significant upside, banking on continued services growth and the eventual success of new ventures like the Vision Pro. They argue that Apple's ability to command premium pricing and its unparalleled supply chain management will allow it to weather any storm. But here's the counter-argument, and it's a powerful one: the bear case. Skeptics point to the slowing growth in mature markets, the intense competition, and the potential for regulatory headwinds, especially in Europe and the US, to curb Apple's App Store dominance. What most people don't realize is the broader macroeconomic environment plays a huge role. High interest rates, persistent inflation, and a cautious consumer spending outlook could dampen demand for premium devices. And this is the part that blew my mind: the potential impact of AI. While Apple has been relatively quiet compared to its peers on generative AI, its strategy and future integration could either be a massive differentiator or a significant missed opportunity. How Apple leverages AI across its devices and services will be critical for its next decade of innovation. We're not just talking about incremental updates, we're talking about a fundamental shift in how users interact with technology. The company's ability to innovate beyond the iPhone, to truly create the next big thing, is under intense scrutiny. The market is constantly re-evaluating Apple's long-term growth story, and the next few quarters will be crucial in determining whether the bulls or the bears gain the upper hand. This isn't just about quarterly reports, it's about the long-term vision and execution. So, what does all this mean for you, the investor, and for the future of Apple? The main insight is clear: Apple is at a pivotal juncture. The era of hypergrowth driven almost solely by the iPhone is evolving. The company is transitioning into a more diversified, services-led powerhouse, but this transition isn't without its challenges. The payoff for understanding this shift is immense. For existing shareholders, it means closely monitoring services growth, the adoption rate of new products like Vision Pro, and Apple's strategic response to global economic and geopolitical pressures. It's no longer enough to simply hold, it's about understanding the nuances of its evolving business model. For potential investors, this presents both opportunity and risk. Apple remains a fundamentally strong company with an unparalleled brand and ecosystem. However, its future growth will likely be more incremental, driven by ecosystem expansion and strategic innovation rather than explosive hardware cycles. The implications are that Apple's stock performance might become less volatile but also less prone to the massive surges seen in previous decades, unless a truly revolutionary product emerges. What most people don't realize is that Apple's ability to maintain its premium pricing power and expand its user base globally, especially in emerging markets, will be key. The company's strategic investments in AI, while currently understated, could be the dark horse that redefines its growth trajectory. This isn't just about financial analysis, it's about understanding the strategic chess moves of a global titan. The question isn't whether Apple will survive, it undoubtedly will, but rather, how it will thrive in a rapidly changing technological and economic landscape. What are your thoughts on Apple's future? Do you believe services and new products will drive its next phase of growth, or are the headwinds too strong? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses like this.
I hope you got some value out of this video. And if you're sitting there thinking you want to build something like this yourself, you don't have to start from scratch. I built Helios to give creators an unfair advantage. It takes the heavy lifting out of the process, so you can focus on the ideas. It's exactly what I use, and now it's available for you too. The link is in the description. Don't just watch the future, go build it with Helios. I'll see you in the next one.